Kaira and Kovu Part 10. The War of the Two Roars. The dawn came, but not with peace. The Pride lands, once golden and alive, now stood beneath skies of ash and fire. The roar of the ancestors had been awakened, and its echoes carried more than just memory. They carried judgment. For days, the wind had been uneasy. It howled through the canyons, whispering the same name again and again. Tanu, the forgotten prince, the one who believed the circle had betrayed him. High atop Pride Rock, Kaira stood beside Kovu, her eyes locked on the horizon. A dark line of dust stretched far into the distance. An army. "They're coming," Kaira whispered. "So, it begins," Kovu replied, his voice steady but grim. The war we hoped would never come. Below them, the Pride had gathered, young and old. Mothers and warriors, hearts heavy with both fear and courage. The sky above shimmered with distant thunder, though no rain had yet fallen. From behind them, Rafiki appeared, leaning on his ancient staff. His eyes glowed faintly blue. The circle trembles. "My children," two roars, "now walk the same earth. When they meet, only one truth shall remain." Kaira lowered her head. "If this is destiny, then I'll face it, not for power, but for peace." Rafiki placed his trembling hand upon her shoulder. "The roar chose you because your heart listens. Do not let anger silence it." Far beyond the valley, Tanu and his pride marched through the red dust of the outland. Hair's mane, dark as twilight, caught the last flicker of dying sunlight. Behind him, hundreds of lions, scarred, starved, and burning with vengeance, followed his every step. "For generations, we were left to rot beyond the borders," Tanu growled. "While they sang of kings and glory, we starved in silence." "No more." A younger lion beside him, his son Naro, looked uneasy. "Father, are we sure this is the way?" The circle forgot us," Tanu snarled. "And now, we will remind it who we are." He lifted his head, eyes flashing gold. "When the roar was taken, the blood of the first kings cried out. And I, their descendant, shall reclaim what was lost." Fear shimmered, and lightning split the heavens. The ancestors stirred. That night, under a blood-red moon, silence fell across the Pride lands. The wind carried the scent of dust, fear, and destiny. Kovu sat alone near the edge of the cliff, sharpening his claws against the stone. His reflection trembled in a puddle of rainwater. "I promised Simba I'd protect this land," he whispered. "But how do you protect peace?" When war refuses to listen, Kaira approached quietly, pressing her head against his. "We'll face this together, Kovu, like we always have." "If something happens to me," Kovu began. "Don't," Kaira interrupted softly. "The roar doesn't choose cowards. It chose us for a reason." They stood together in silence as thunder rolled across the savanna. Far away, Tanu's pride lit fires in the night, flames painting the horizon crimson. At dawn, the first roar echoed. It came from the east, deep, ancient, and filled with fury. The ground trembled beneath its weight. The battle for the Pride lands had begun. Lions collided across the plains, claws flashing, roars shaking the air. Dust rose like smoke, and the sun vanished behind the storm of battle. Kovu led the front lines, his movements fierce yet focused. Every strike, every roar carried the legacy of Simba, the heart of a true protector. Meanwhile, Kaira stood upon a rocky ridge, her mane blazing in the wind. She closed her eyes and felt the roar of the elders burning within her chest. "Kaira," Rafiki shouted from below. "Remember what you fight for, not vengeance, but balance." Kaira drew in a deep breath. Her chest glowed with golden energy, and when she roared, the sound shook the heavens. The clouds swirled, lightning cracked, and rain finally poured across the land. Through the storm, Tanu appeared, eyes glowing, body scarred, his mane dripping with rain. His roar answered hers, colliding in the air like thunder upon thunder. "You stole the power that was ours," Tanu bellowed. "The roar belongs to no one," Kaira replied. "It belongs to the circle." The energy between them exploded, waves of gold and crimson rippling through the plains. Trees bent, rivers surged, and even the stars seemed to flicker. From the sky, ghostly figures appeared, Mufasa, Simba, Rocca, and countless kings before them, watching as the fate of the roar unfolded. Tholi, Only truth can silence the storm. Mufasa's voice echoed through the clouds. Kaira roared again, not in anger, but in harmony. Her voice joined the rhythm of the wind, the pulse of the earth, and the heartbeat of every living thing around her. But Tanu, blinded by grief, unleashed all his power. His roar cracked the land open, sending shockwaves across the savanna. As the world seemed to crumble, Kovu leapt in front of Kaira, his roar joining hers. Their voices became one, not of domination, but of unity. And for the first time in generations, the roar did not divide, it healed. A blinding golden light surged from the ground, rising into the heavens. The spirits of the ancestors roared in return, a harmony so powerful that even Tanu's rage began to fade. When the storm finally quieted, silence spread across the Pride Lands. Tanu lay weak, his eyes filled with tears. The roar, it remembers love. Kaira stepped forward, her eyes full of compassion, and it forgives. She touched his paw, and a warm glow spread between them, the circle's final blessing. Days later, the Pride Lands began to heal. Grass grew where ashes had fallen. Rivers flowed pure once again. Rafiki stood before Pride Rock, raising his staff high. The circle roared and chose peace. Kaira and Kovu stood side by side, their cubs playing near their paws. They looked toward the horizon, not with fear, but with hope. "We faced destiny," Kovu said, and this time Kaira smiled. "We changed it." As the sun rose high over the land, the roar echoed once more, not as a weapon, but as a song of unity. And far above, among the clouds, the ancestors smiled, for the circle of life had been reborn. The wind whispered softly through the grass, and so ended the war of the two roars. But every ending is only another beginning in the circle of life.